Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. So I had to make something for a blog hop, the Project Share blog hop, which goes live at the same time as this video. And I do it with three of my friends, Verity, Heather and Jill. So that is Stamp with Nellie, that's Heather. Stamping with Inky Butterfly is Verity, and Paper Daisy Crafting is Jill. And just the four of us, and we share projects of each other every month, and we do a blog hop once a month. We're all Stampin' Up demonstrators, and most of my videos now don't use an awful lot of Stampin' Up, but to do for this blog hop. And I have got this paper and I really like it, and I wasn't sure when I first got it, but I have played with it and I've made a few things with it and I like it. And it's called Earth and Elegance. So you get 2 sheets of each of these 12 by 12s. So we've got these nice grey ones, and this is what I used for my scrap box. I love this. This reminds me of sort of molten metal and rust and things. Could also be, if you looked it up that way, could be icing over the side of a cake. This has got lots and lots of a texture, and I really liked it. It's a bit like something that's been debossed and then covered in paint or chocolate. I liked this. Very neutral, thought very useful. Love this with that lovely sort of imprint. Again, it feels like it's a rusted bit of metal with some foliage indentations. I'm losing my words, I'm not quite sure what I mean. And then on the other side, a little bit brighter on the other side, I thought I've been making some boho things lately. If I move that one there, it kind of flows a bit better. And I love this Lost Lagoon colour. It's it's Pretty Peacocks, not Lost Lagoon, Burke. So we've got Copper Clay, Grey Granite, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Pebble Path, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock, which is lovely. So I do like that. Reminds me of my holiday in Turks and Caicos, and these are our Misty Moonlight. So just really nice colours. For the month of June, there's 15% off paper packs as well. So I'll link down below to this, and take it to my shop. So if you want to get some money off, this is a good time to stock up on some paper. I'm going to move that to one side. So this is the sheet that I want to use, and our theme is geometric. So basically I'm going to use a rectangle. That's what I'm going to do. That's as geometric as I'm going. And this is my prototype, and I'll make these little, that's geometric as well. I'll make these little tickets as well. So this is one strip that has folded back on herself. This is an idea from Corey Darman, Creating with Scraps, and this was part of her random rectangles, because I decided I'm going to use a rectangle, so I revisited Corey's videos, and that's what I came up with. This is 7 plazas, the tickets idea from. And what I'm going to do with this is stick it on a page. These probably won't be in it. I'll probably put some bigger tags in there, but that was just to show you you've got a pocket there and a tuck there. I'll glue that down like a belly band, and then this is a tag that I made recently, and so that will then be able to go down like so. That's my idea. Or I could put this closer to the bottom of the page and it's a pocket. Either way, you've got 1, 2, 3 out of this little doobry. Okay, so that is a future journal coming up. So I had a little play to, I wanted to make sure that this bit is on this bit, and I wanted to make sure that on the back this is what is shown on this bit. So I'm going to cut it that way so that that bit folds back. So this is where I'm feeling that my geometry is coming in, because I'm sort of measuring in angles and thinking, so that I want that there. I don't want the peacock there. I want that there. So I'm cutting a strip 4 inches wide. So I could get 3 of these from this sheet, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use it for some other things. So cutting that down at 4 inches. I could equally make it 3 inches wide, which would, no, I'm going to go 4. I could meet in the middle and go 3.5. It's just however wide you want it. And then I want it 10 inches. So I'm going to cut the pretty peacock edge off at 10 inches. Yeah, 10 inches. There we go. That's not going to get wasted. Now, what we do is we're going to fold. That's going to come over and then fold back on itself. I wanted this section to be the bit I see, and to do that I'd have to make it shorter. It's not going to work exactly how I want it, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So this thing here is about 1 3/4. It's all arbitrary. I could make it 2 inches, or I could go for the 1 3/4. I'm going for the 1 3/4. So I'm going to give that a score there. So that's the bit coming back on yourself. I've got a faint bit of the pretty peacock there, but it doesn't actually matter that much. And then this bit, I did it about 5-ish. About 5-ish for going back. I might go 4 3/4 there. So that is my pocket. So you've made a funny sort of Z to create it. So I have created it so I've got quite a nice deep pocket there, and a nice sized tuck there. There is a faint bit of that colour is getting picked up there, so that's quite cool. So I took, people like measuring, I took that, so then that scored at 4 3/4, and then scored again there at, oh well, no, we'll do it t'other way, 1 3/4, and then scored at 5 1/4. Okay, I'll say the measurements will be over on my blog, but unless I write them down, they won't be. So I'm going to write those down on my little notebook. So we've got 10 inches by 4, and then score at 1 3/4, and then 5 1/4. But there you go, there they are. I've written them down, now you can see them. But it really is up to you what size you want it. That is the size I've done it. So now I'm going to reinforce these. So it really is very simple. And I did this one just with a bit of scrap. And you can see I've done it differently. So it was in my scrap box, and so it was just what I had. So you could make it smaller, bigger, however you like it. Now I'm going to do some inking. So we have got, I think that's more copper clay, isn't it, than pumpkin pie. They're both in it, but I think it's more copper clay. I still haven't located my sponge daubers, so I found this old thing. I thought that'll do. So I am going to give this all an ink round. I like inking. You can round the corners if you want to. And I say you can make these bigger and smaller. Oh, that. Quite a big bit. It is okay. It is okay. Yep, liking that. Needs to go across there. Yeah, so just whatever you want to fit your project. It could go on a page that way, so you've got an upside down tack. I tend not to do upside down tacks, but there is no reason why you couldn't. There we go. So that's that. And before I stick that down, I'm going to do a bit of stamping on that, I think. There would look nice. So I've got ready, and I've been stamping on them. Not sure, I think I might need to clean them. So Quiet Meadow, that's what I thought that I would use today. I'm not sure, there it is. Just gonna clean that off. I was stamping earlier with Pebble Path, so it needs cleaning off. I didn't clean it off because I thought I might stamp again, and this one went missing and I found it on the bottom of my slipper. So there you go. Of course that was the last place I looked, but of course if it was the first place I looked, it would be the last place you looked. So there we go. I am thinking of doing a bit of inking to take back that bit of blue, just a bit. There we go. Yeah, and then copper clay. I might double stamp this because I think that might be quite dark. So let's have a look. 1, 2, maybe even 3. Yeah. Yeah, like that, much subtler. That's cool. And then I might do Pebble Path in the background, actually. And right before, I'm going to stamp it off. And then just want a little bit of subtle there. Yeah, That's very cool. I think I'm going to go a bit darker on this bit though. So it shows up a bit more. Yep. I might just go all the way down. Yep. Yeah. I'm now thinking I might round those corners just a little bit. That one didn't cut very well. Better. There we go. Just, yeah, that looks a bit better. Like that. And then I'm just going to glue it in place, and then we'll make something to put in them. So bit of glue up here. There we go, and that glues down there. And then glue this down. And it was a bit of me thinking that actually that might make a nice tag. There we go. That's it, glued down. Like so. So we have our tuck spot there, big side pocket there. So this is 4 inches wide. So if I was going to make a tag out of this, just quite like a strip to make a little tag that might tuck in there. Or is it a bit too much? Might be a bit too much. The other thing I was going to show, and I'm going to do it using this paper, is the making of these. I think maybe something like that just tucked in there would be quite nice. So these have been made random sizes. So gone 3 inches by 1.5 for that one, which I think is actually quite a nice size to tuck in there. So I think I might do that. So I might come down here in a 3-inch strip. I suddenly looked at my trimmer then and I went, oh, you're the wrong way up. So I am going right up there at 3 inches, and then take that at 1.5. So that's the base of the tag. Now I want the middle of the tag to be the lighter. So I'm going to go another one like this. I'm going to go 1.5 there. So I've got 2. and then I want these to be the middle, so I'm going 1 1/4. And then this needs to go 2 3/4, so that fits in there. And I thought that just layered up really, really nicely. Good colour combo for going in there. That one can be another little tag. But not for this project. I'm just going to show you how I did those. I'm going to make a little bit of scrap. I nearly missed out one. So to cut the corners, I created a template. So you can just randomly cut one and then use that as a template on the other. But I made myself easier. Label corners, you see, I've got a big one and a little one. So line that up on my little card there, get my paper snips and cut on the other side. Cut. And keep going around. Just made it easier actually making a template. And then I made the one for the inside slightly smaller, so that a bit of geometry here. Made the angle slightly smaller so that it fitted a bit better. So I have got a video on making this, where I probably explained how I did it. I might link it if I remember, but I have difficulty remembering what day it is most days. There we go. So that will then go in there really nicely. So I'm just going to ink round. And then this could be a little spot to journal on, or left alone. I would be inclined to cover that back because it's the wrong colour. I like that there. Might stamp on that actually, and I might have that on the back there. I might use this bit of packaging. Have I got a preference one side or the other? No, not really. So I'm going to glue this to the back of that packaging. And then I've got a journaling spot. Only because I want to cover this blue up. It's not the colour I want in this project. So stick that down, stick it down the edge. Okay. My little template doubles as a glue spreader. My son brought me around this wodge of packaging when he came round on Sunday, which was very nice. I'm going to use my big scissors for this. And I'll just rest the blade on the better quality paper. Which enables me to cut off nicely. Fraction there needs to come off. And there, and there, and that bit at I've got a bit of a plain old back there for a bit of journaling. Which means I can stamp something on this. Now there's a bit of me don't want to stamp the same flower, so this maybe that wee one there. Stick that one on there. I think so. Put all that pink gubbins on there. Don't know where that's materialised from. Right. And like before, I'm going to stamp off a stamp on. What did I do with my little bit of paper that I was stamping on? Don't know, Jess. Tis gone. Tis disappeared. Tis disappeared. I'll use that. And we'll go with this again. I'm just going to stamp off once. Pretty. Very, very pretty. Where was that little? No. Right. Got a little, shall I stamp a little love? Little love down there. Get it straight. Just check. Yeah. There. Cute. That'll do nicely. Right. So, glue that in place. I have much bigger space now on my desk to craft in, and it's lovely, but now it's like I'm in danger of going off camera when I go too far down below. I've not yet learnt how big my new crafting space is. I've not finished my room yet. But I've done the major bit of it, which is cool. Like that. So that could pop in there. Pop it in there on an angle so it's peeking out. Like that. There's a bit of me that wants to put something on there. Do you know, that would be quite nice there, although that does cover up the whole thing that I wanted. But there we go. Options. Options. We like options. So I'm thinking, it's always dangerous. I want a tag in there. So let's have a look at some of my scraps. So we've got this. What's the colour on the back there now? So we got this. No. Although, or I could just use that little bit there that I've cut off at 3 inches. Just stick in there. Yeah, could do that. Put something on. So I'll cut that about there, which is about 4.5 inches. Yeah, so we'll cut that about 4.5 inches. And then she promptly cuts it exactly 4.5 inches. There we go. I'm going to cover the back again. So I'm going to use a bit more of this to cover the back with. Yeah, I can just put it in there. You've got another sheet of it, Jez. Don't be scrimping. Don't be scrimping when you've got loads of it sat beside you. Yeah. There we go. So, just going to give this there we go. So another rectangle. I'm going to get that up to the edge, so that's one side less that I have to think about cutting off. And then we'll just cut that up. And this gives the journaling card just a little bit of extra, excuse me, stiffness. Oh, I quite like that with a ripped edge. Will it still go in? Yeah. That was just a random ripped edge. Keeping it. I really love bacon pie. I'm not sure about copper clay yet. Really not sure. So oh, that could go in that way. I love that. As opposed to that way. Which do I like best? Oh, maybe the dark, actually. Maybe the dark. Right, so I want a little bit of something to pull that out with. And got this shape here. So what I'm going to do is find a little scrap. Should I do it with that? Or should I do it with this? This one, I think. Then it kind of all sort of matches, doesn't it? So I'm going to just slip off a bit, make sure that's wide enough. Yeah. How wide is this? This is 1/4 inch. So 1/4 inch. So we'll go a bit further than 1/4 inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half because I want to make a tab. So I'm going to put this in, and I need a strip, which I'm going to put a bit of tape on. Where's my little snail? Where's my little... I'll put this on and then I'll just take lots of it off because this is really dicky, so I'll take a lot of that off. Right, so that will enable me to hold on to that. What I want to do is put the fold right up the top, but so it doesn't cut it. So I've got the fold a little way back from the edge, and now I've got a little folded tab. How cool! How cool! Very cool, Jez. I'm quite liking that. So, a little bit cleaner. There we go. So, just so we've got a little bit of a tab, pulling it in and out, and it matches this. Yep, love it. So, now I was going to use my favourite punch. If I'm keeping these edges on, I don't think that's going to work. So I won't be doing that. That needs chucking, really. There we go. So let's stick that on there. There was a bit of me that thinks, would it have been better if it had been done that way? No, we'll just leave it like that. You've done it now, Jez. That's just the way it is. So put that on. And then, do I want to decorate this tag? Yes is probably the answer to that one. So I'm going to go in there, bit random. So that'll be stuck to a page. Right, so be a belly band, so another tag can go in behind, and that will pull out. Put journaling on there. And we've got a little secret little journaling spot there. I'm wondering about putting one of these tabs on that as well, and then it can go in further. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. So let's make another one of those. Quite liking that idea. So do that quickly. There's my little stick. Still got a little bit on there. Put my punch back, didn't I? Oh, I nearly did a disaster then. I nearly forgot completely that I wanted the fold still. There we go. I'll just stick that on the top there for pulling in and out of there. How beautiful is that blue? Going to do something with that. But not today. Love Pretty Peacock. I was so excited when I heard it was going back. And Lost Lagoon. They go nice together. Very nice together. Very cool. Like that. Oh. Let's just wait until it actually sticks, Jez, before you like try and push it somewhere. Okay. Okay. I'll do that. There we go. It's not quite a 90-degree angle, a bit more geometry coming in there. There we go. That's better. So that will go in there. I can poke it in a little bit more. There we are. So, question is, do I want to add anything else? I could add a few die cuts that might look nice, because these sets, Quiet Meadow has some nice dies, or Dainty Delight. Oh, there's that one. Like that one. That'd be nice just sticking on there. Could stick a die cut on there and do some stamping on there. I could indeed. So, what colour? I could go for copper clay. That strip's not big enough, is it? Just happened to be next to me, but it's not big enough. So, get another bit of copper clay. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There's she gone. There we go. So I'm just gonna die cut that wee bit out, and there we have it. That bit washy, not going to worry about that. Pull it off in a bit. I use washi tape that I don't like very much to hold dies in place. There we go. Stick that on there. Let me just see how that's going to look. Super. So, get that glued down. And I'm aware that what I thought was going to be a quick project just isn't. But never mind. And this bit isn't actually going into the pocket, so I'm not too worried about it sort of catching or anything. I'm going to put it there, so it's going over that, going over the tab a bit, but that is fine. And then I might stamp that on the other end because that's the same similar plant. And it matches the one that we're pulling out. So and I'm just thinking I might put an eyelet in. I might put a wee eyelet in there. I like putting eyelets in tabs. There we go. There's my little eyelets. One of them. One of them. Yep. Turn this round. And then I might get a bit of our little jute ribbon, twine even, and cut a bit off. It's quite thick. I have split this up before now. I'll maybe need a bigger piece, Jez. Stop being so stingy. Just a bit left over from someone else, and that's thin as well. Right. So this comes in a 5-pack. I love it. So all the new in colours. And I think they're marvellous. Right, let's just pull into a knot. Oh, actually, I think that might come undone. Just fiddling, fuddling, as I do. Right, I'll have that much. Oh, I don't think it's going to go through. It's only tiny. Will you go through that hole? Yeah. Yeah, you will. Feed that through. Yeah, I'm liking that. And I could put the same on that side to match. Why not? And that will be me done. That will be me done. So I will link down below to my blog, so you can go and check out all the details. I'll put the measurements, I'll put a link to all the supplies that I've used, and there'll be a link to Heather, Verity and Jill's vlogs as well, so you can pop over and see what they've done, and they'll probably have videos as well, so that will be cool. And I'm sure their projects will be very different to mine. Although Heather did do a sort of a vintagey project the other day. She did put it on Facebook and go channeling my inner Jez, which was lovely. I'm not pulling the right one. I'm trying to make this straight. There. That's it. Trying to make them even. Put that in there. There we go. That is my project. I could go further and add the tag and make the tag, but we haven't got time today, so that may be another project in the future. But there we go. So we have a little tuck there. We have our tag there. And that is going to be a belly band there on the page. You can stuff all sorts down there, or it could be at the bottom of the page as a pocket. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. And I will be with you very, very soon with something else. Okay, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out Jill, Verity and Heather. Bye for now.